Hey guys, welcome back to yet another episode here at O.A.R.
Well, that was unexpected. Hi, big boy.
So welcome back to yet another episode here at O.A.R. I know. It's been about a month since I last uploaded. Well, let me tell y'all, there's been several reasons for that. We're going to get straight to that, but first, let's cue the intro. So yeah, welcome back. Welcome back for me, myself, and I too. It has been about a month since I last uploaded. I'm going to take a seat real quick. Yeah, the reason it took so long is, well, I've been trying to figure some things out. I've been trying to figure a lot of things out. I am currently going through a divorce right now, in case y'all didn't know. I know I've been hush-hush about it. Some people out there already know who watch the channel, but a lot of you don't. So yes, me and Rin are getting a divorce. This has been in the works since November. In fact, a little bit just after Thanksgiving. So maybe even the beginning of December. Either way, it's been in the works for a while. This week was the first time that either since they moved out, or actually, no, since I paid for the divorce, that I've been in a proper headspace where I can start recording again. I've been very lethargic lately. I've just not been me, myself, and I. So I haven't really recorded. And you know, I got nothing, no ill will against Rin or anything like that. As much as I can't even say I should. But I got no ill will. Things happen. Life isn't always as peachy and rosy as we thought it would be. But that's what's going on. I don't have help in this house anymore. When I need help, I gotta search online to see if I can get some family members or some old friends to come in and help me with the big snakes. So I just haven't recorded much lately. I mean, like I said, I've not been in the headspace. I've basically been bedridden for a month now. I mean, yes, there were times or so where I've been able to get out of bed and go do things, but I just haven't been in the mindset to record here lately. And that's not on you guys. It's on me. You know, I couldn't get my head right. But now it's finally right again, so it's time to start recording again. I want to start recording again. I mean, I do in fact enjoy doing YouTube. I hate hearing myself talk and watching these videos as I edit them, but I do enjoy doing the YouTube videos. I know they are kind of boring, and I am hoping that, I don't know though, with how this divorce is going, all my plans might get pushed back yet another year. And that'll be fine if that's what happens. I mean, I'm still young. I'm only 25 years old. I don't need my life to start skyrocketing towards fame or success at a young age. In fact, I am very comfortable with where I'm at right now, even though I am doing everything on my own. So yeah, just, if you're going through a similar situation, just reach out, you know? Sometimes, yeah, it's okay to take a little bit of time to yourself, but don't fall into the pits of despair. Don't fall into the rut. It's not good for you. It really isn't. Be there for a month like I was, and then pull yourself back up out of it, and try bringing yourself into what you like to do again. I truly believe there isn't a cure for depression, but there are ways to mitigate it. And that is one of the greatest ways to mitigate it, is just bring yourself back into doing what you wanted to do. Anyways, let's actually get into the purpose of today's video. And that is going to be both feeding and a little bit of spot cleaning. The reason I'm only doing spot cleaning is because in the next week or so, I'm going to go through and do a deep clean of most of these animals. The only ones who aren't getting deep cleaned are going to be Lilith and Orion here, who both just got deep cleaned. She's about to go into shed. So let's go ahead and... As you can tell, she just... Because I can't even open this, how humid it is in there. 1 second as I try the other side. So you may or may not be able to tell, but Lilith is in fact in deep blue. She is currently in shed, so I'm about to have to come back in here and get in part of it. Now we did have an incident with Orion. I will show it if I can, but he is now missing a lot of scales on his head.
The reason being is he was going to shed. We went to go get him out last week so I could clean out his enclosure, and he got trapped underneath one of his logs that was in there. I thought I had taken everything out that could possibly hurt him, but in his commotion and struggling, those new scales that weren't fully seated to the skin had come up. So I'm keeping a great eye on that. I am checking him daily for any signs of infection. I've also gone through and put bioiodine on that just to help mitigate the possibility of infection. Orion constantly being my sixth snake, I do worry a ton about him, and I hate the fact that me trying to get one of my animals out to help them ended up injuring them. It's not something I'm proud of, but I'm gonna tell you guys if I mess up and how I messed up so that you guys can learn from my mistakes and not relive them. I am learning just like you guys. Remember, I've only had 2-3 years of experience. I'm no Brian Burchek, I'm no Jay, I'm me. And I'm learning as I go. So that's something I just learned not to mess around with anymore. It's all about this. But let's get to this feeding. Yeah, I keep saying we're going to get to it and we haven't even started. There is a great view of the top of his head and the damage that was done. Now, it is just a lot of skin, and luckily it doesn't look like it's any infection or that's doing too much damage. But remember, this was also where he was just recuperating from scale rot. And I hate the fact that he just started getting better and we injured him again. So, But we're going to start with Orion because we're going to start with all the picky snakes first. I got to do this while the bucket is still hot or they're most likely not going to eat. It's how my 3 picky eaters are. Ooh. Yeah. And if he takes it, it means he's hurt, but he's not too badly hurt. Snakes, when they're very injured, tend not to eat at all. And that is a big sign when they're super injured. But seeing as he just took this down, I'm not super worried about him. In fact, here's the main key of him just going through that shed. Let me get the shed out, you little crazy bastard. There we go. See, he was just going through shed. And snakes take about 2 weeks from when they enter shed to finish their shed. You got the blue phase, you got a clear up phase. So I am going to have to get up in here and try and get a lot of this out while I can. Ooh, there's quite a bit of it. So yes, I am super worried about this boy because look at that. That's not very pleasant to see. But luckily it doesn't seem to be getting infected and he doesn't seem to be too injured despite the fact. And seeing as he's taking down that meal right now, I'm going to take that as a great miraculous sign. I'm going to have to come in here later after he finishes his meal and try and help get the rest of that shed out of there. But yeah, if you didn't know, reptiles of every kind have immaculate ability to regenerate any illness or problem they have. Crocodilians go so far as if they lose a limb, it heals up within a day or two. Not perfect, but it closes the wound. Snakes can heal from a lot of injuries really well with just some tender care. And luckily that's not a deep injury, so I'm not super worried about it. Yeah, he lost some scales and it might cause some scarring because of it, or some deformed scales, but he's going to more or less be okay. Geckos, lizards all the time lose their tail and either grows back or it just stops bleeding and they run around with a little stagnant tail for a little bit. But yeah, it's crazy how well reptiles can heal themselves. Now, before I take too much time ranting and raving again, I need to go ahead and feed the other 2 picky eaters, being Pandora and Midas, my 2 pickiest eaters. And I hate to say this, but in the time I was gone, Midas had once again escaped. This time it took me about a week to get him out because he went behind the retic enclosure. Midas is definitely my little Houdini. And in fact, he's probably going to be the first one I upgrade if I can get a chance to upgrade these ball pythons. As much as Pandora needs an upgrade, I need Midas to stop escaping. Alright, so let's go ahead and say hi to the boy and get him some water because he's almost out. Right, let's see the... Hi, handsome. Look at you. You're getting a bit bigger. Yes, you are. You've gotten a bit bigger since we've gotten you. He's looking so good. Look at how that light reflects off those scales. He just looks absolutely handsome. And oh man, I can't wait to see the babies he produces in the next year or two. I'm really hoping it's next year. In fact, I got a fridge that I want to turn into an incubator just because of these ball pythons. And I'm going to even keep an egg or one of his offspring or two. Just because how cool and beautiful he is. Come on, buddy. Are you going to take it? Are you going to take it? Are you going to be a chicken shit? Ooh, it is a little cold. Let me go warm these back up real quick, just so these guys actually eat. Well, before I go and warm these up, look at Pandora. She looks absolutely ready to just devour whatever I put in. Give me 1 minute. Well, I feel like an asshole because I basically just teased her right now. Start opening up her tank. She is ready to go. And it turns out I forgot to de-thaw her damn rat. Can you believe that? I did all this prep work to go ahead and get everyone fed at the same time, and I messed up and forgot to de-thaw her rat. That's alright. I'm about to go fishing most likely, so when I get back, that rat should be nice and de-thawed, and all I gotta do is run it under some hot water for a little bit so that she'll eat it. And I'll make sure I record that when it happens, but for right now, it's no big deal. Yeah, it's no big deal. Now, it is kind of stupid of me that I'd forgotten, but it is what it is. On the bright side, though, is Pandora shouldn't be having to wait for food for much longer. I say that like she waits for food anyways. No, what I mean is I shouldn't have to wait for shipments of rats to come in for Pandora, you know? But that is because, well, I did have 2 litters of rats produced this week. I don't know when the first one was born. I've been listening around and hearing everything, but today I was hearing all that fun jazz. And look at that. We've got a ton of baby rats. Now, I don't expect all of them to make it. She may eat 1 or 2. But that is a good haul. I bet there's like 13 rat pups down there. Which is definitely going to help me. And if I can get help with those rat pups, that means that I can start feeding them that instead of spending my money online. And once I can instead of spending my money online on the rats, I can start spending my money on the business instead. And help it grow a little bit. I'm not talking it's going to get massive in the next 30 days or something stupid like that. But it might grow just a little bit. I might get another leopard gecko. Because one thing I've learned in the past month is, I'm not having a good time breeding this year. I've produced 4 clutches of eggs, and not a single egg has hatched. I don't know what exactly is going on here, but I'm definitely going to have to reevaluate for next year. Yeah, I don't know why exactly this year I'm having just such bad luck, but I also know that I only have 1 female who can produce eggs. I've been trying to breed Lust for the past little bit, and she just has not produced a single clutch this year, no matter which male I give her with. So I think she's going to be a dud. She might be pet only, and that's okay. I didn't necessarily expect her to be a breeder, but I was hoping she would be. So we still only have 1 female who breeds, but I'm hoping in the next year or 2 I could get some more reptiles in here. I'm hoping when I breed Midas and Pandora, if those 2 manage to breed, I'm really hoping they breed. If not, I'm going to have to get another male or female ball python, because Midas is still young enough that he should be capable of breeding. But I don't know how old Pandora herself is, so she might not be breeding anymore. Or she may only produce for 1 or 2 years. So I gotta expect to expand this business somehow, one way or another. And I'm not getting much there. The geckos aren't really selling. I still have 2 from last year who are still currently up on Morph Market, which I will put that link in the description. But yeah, I mean, we're trying. We're gonna go places eventually. It just might not be as soon as we expected. But everything you do, you gotta start somewhere, and I am starting from bare bones minimum. And if I can make it through this, you know, with the divorce going on and everything like that, then whoo, dreams do come true. I fully believe I am able to do this. I fully believe I will be capable of doing this. Is this going to be an immediate, you know, oh, hey, it instantly popped off story? Most likely not unless I win the lottery. And seeing as I don't play the lottery, I doubt that's going to happen. But anyways, we are back here with our boy Midas. I have heated up this rat pup real quick. I'm hoping he actually takes it. It is nice and small for him. No, buddy? Alright, I'm going to just drop that right there with him. I'm going to try and cover him up. And that'll work. Midas normally doesn't eat when I'm watching or recording anyway, so we're going to leave that in there, and we're going to try to go on to the ones that we know are going to eat no matter what. And that is our other 3 snakes that are definitely not picky eaters. We're not feeding Lilith this week because, well, she's going in shed. And she did just have a big rabbit about 2 weeks ago, so I want to give her a little bit longer. So I got a rat pup here. Hell has recently been moved to rat pups. You guys didn't get to see that. I was very hesitant to see if she'd take them, but she is taking them just fine. I might have to start reducing her to every 2 weeks, depending on how this goes. Oh, there's her head. Look at her, all out and beautiful. Just a mad... Ugh. They're so majestic. I absolutely love king snakes. Yeah, she already wants it. Ooh. It's not often we get to see her out and take her meal. But look at her, absolutely gorgeous snake. There's nothing I find more satisfying than hearing the click of the tongs as a snake just grabs that prey and snatches it straight out of it. It brings me so much joy and almost an adrenaline rush when I hear that nice little satisfying. Especially when it's with a python, you know, something strong and powerful that might try and fight it out of the tongs. Woo! Yeah, we're going to get more of that when we get to the gargoyle down here. And if you can't tell, I am definitely starting to get my energy back. I am definitely starting to feel more like myself. And I am definitely starting to enjoy recording these videos again. You know, I miss my reptiles so much. During that month, I just was so gone out of it. I barely paid attention to them. So I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of them get feisty with me again like they were when I first got them. Like little Ear here, I tried to get out last week. Ooh, she was a cranky little bugger. We had her, you saw we had her down to where I could scoop her out and she'd be good. Not anymore. Oh. There you are. Shoo. Alright, which of your hides are you in? You got 3 different hiding spots. So you gotta be in the egg. Oh, no, I found you. Grab a little pinky and find the little pinky. There's the little pinky. So where's the little pinky's head? Where's the little pink girl's head? Oh, there it is. Oop. I dropped it on her. Oh, well, at this size with my gloves, she's not going to do any real damage. There she is. Look at her. Absolutely beautiful. What a beautiful corn snake. I mean, just look at her. I can't wait till she gets bigger and I can breed her. And oh, did I forget to mention? I need to get some king snakes here soon too. Because hell, this beautiful girl is almost ready to breed too. Hell actually has about another year or 2 before she's ready to breed. So while yes, I could breed her next year, possibly, what I'm thinking of doing is breeding Pandora and Midas. And if those 2 produce, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the money from those eggs, because at that point I should have a nice little breeding rack in here. And what I'm going to use those eggs for that sell is I'm going to use it to buy another king snake, some more leopard geckos, and another ball python, you know. Maybe even do some trades in the reptile business just so we can get there. And, you know, do everyone a favor. I'd love for this place to expand. I'd love to get the zoo I want to have. But even the Nashville Zoo here started as a local farm that they donated to the city. So, who's to say my little bitty collection here can't grow massive? Just look at her going down. Oh, what a beautiful, beautiful snake. Now, she just ate 2 pinkies. She chows them down like it's nobody's business. I mean, I'd almost say she's ready for an upgrade if it wasn't for the fact she's still so skinny. Now, she's probably going to try and strike at my hand. Yeah, she looks like she's about to, so we're going to leave her be, not stress her out too much. And the last one we got to get to... Actually, before we even get some Midas, this was supposed to be a video I thought about recording but didn't enjoy myself during that recording, so I never actually posted it as much as I wanted to. And I mean, just watch the feeding response of these fish. You know, these are some just veggie pellets I'm going to sprinkle in here. And then I got some Terramin tropical flakes for the other guys. The Bala sharks. But as you can see, everyone is sitting here at the surface trying to attack this food. But wait just a minute. It gets so much cooler here in a second. I know it's hard to see, but if you can see, Poseidon's head is sticking up. Let's see if I can get it to focus right on there. Well, this is about the best I'm going to get. And he already knows what time it is because I usually feed him at the same time I feed the fish. And then watch those little pellets all get attacked by the fish. I just fed you. You have your own food. But they love to eat Poseidon's food here. He's got to fight with what should have been his food. In fact, look at him. He's having to fight it off. The guppies are just eating away. Yeah, let's drop one more near him. Just to make sure he actually gets some of his own food. Oh, you turned away from the food, bud. You turned away from the food. Is that it? Okay. Now, he does dive. He just doesn't do it when he's at the surface for some reason. But he'll jump off from his platform and he will stay submerged for a decent little bit. So I'm not too worried about him. He is doing a lot better. So yeah, there's Poseidon eating. Not something I often show. He's doing perfectly fine. I mean, just look at him. I've never seen a West African turtle and something this big just enjoying his solo life. I'd love to give him more of a land spot or mud down there, but for right now it's what we can do with everything going on in my personal life. But it comes down to one of my favorite animals to feed, and that's big snakes again. Now, Gargoyle here being on the bottom likes to come out when it's feeding time. At least a part of the way, because he knows, especially when he sees that tongue, look at that feeding response. He is absolutely raring to go. And while I have never been bit by Gargoyle, I have had the tongue stolen by Gargoyle. And while I am at a safer distance, I am still within striking range. Just look at that. Oh! The absolute power and majesty. The absolute power and majesty of Burmese pythons. I absolutely love this morph of them. While yes, I do believe that the normal coloration of Burmese pythons is one of the best looking snakes out there. I don't know why that is, but I truly believe that. I truly do believe that. But oh my goodness, do I just love this guy. He is so beautiful. And look at this shed. It is absolutely massive. So, let me get in here and start doing some spot cleaning real quick. And then we're going to go about feeding some geckos real quick just before I leave for the river. And then when I come back, it's going to be time to feed Pandora. Cerberus got fed yesterday, so I don't feed him today. I usually feed Cerberus every 2 days. And the reason being is, well, look at Chunkosaurus Rex right there. Just look at that absolute extended belly. He is currently sleeping up a storm, enjoying himself, basking right there in a UVA bulb. Sorry, I shouldn't have pointed that out. But he is absolutely enjoying himself. And if you can see, the scar that was right there on his tail, or the wound that was on his tail, is healing up so good. It's almost completely gone. I am so happy that this boy is making a recovery. Because I do. I love my animals. I love my reptiles and I love my cats. Rats, not so much. Those are feeding stock. Yeah, I'm not a rodent person. ironic, ain't it? I love all animals, but I'm not much of a rodent person. I don't like rodents as pets at any means. And in fact, one of the main things that turned me off of rodents is how cannibalistic they are. Like, yeah, there's a lot of animals out there in nature that are cannibalistic. In fact, it is believed that that several species of dinosaurs were cannibalistic. But, none of those have I seen in person. I was sitting there with 2 rats inside of an enclosure, and both of them had water, both of them had food, both of them had a hide and things to do in there. And I come in and I start playing with one of the rats because I saw its tail sticking out, and I was like, haha, I'm gonna scare the rat. It didn't move. I was like, oh, hey, it's just asleep. So I go in there and I move the hide. It doesn't freaking move. So when I move the hide out of the way, I find a rat without a freaking head. And that was metal as can be. And me being a guy who likes metal music, I was like, oh. But at the same time, I was like, ugh. So I had to get rid of the other rat because I didn't want him breeding with my other rats and making some messed up rats. Just some angry rats. And yeah, I know there's a lot of people out there who think, oh, I'm insane for having the reptiles, and how could I feed rats to my reptiles when there are a lot of rat lovers out there. In fact, there are more rat lovers than there are reptile lovers, I believe. But, no, that ain't for me. Yeah, fish do it, but fish aren't intelligent like mammals. Rats actually have some semblance of intelligence. In fact, I think they passed the reflection test, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not 100% sure. I know it's not many animals that pass them. It's a very small degree, and it is astonishing what animals do and don't. But yeah, like dogs don't pass the reflection test. In fact, I don't even know if apes pass the reflection test. I'm not 100% certain. But, yeah, no. I got off topic. I know hyenas pass it, I believe. In fact, there are a lot of animals that are super intelligent. It's just astonishing to know which ones are and aren't. Did you already eat your rat, buddy? Look at him, fully out. I know I am ranting and raving a lot this time, but I did say I want to do this more of a vlog style. And well, one of the things of a vlog is talking a lot. Come on, go for this, not my hand. Go for this, not my hand. Go for this, not my hand. You want it? You want it? No, you're gonna go right over it. Ah, I forgot to knock down your hide again. Anyways, let's get you some water, buddy. Let's get you some water. Where did I put the water? But yeah, back to the topic at hand. Sorry, I have ADHD and every topic is the topic on hand. I just can't. I can't do it. There's just something about rodents I hate. I don't know what it is. I don't think they're just filthy animals, though they do poop religiously. I mean, yeah, no, there's just something about them. I just can't get behind it. It's the only animal that I can't justifiably say why I do or don't dislike them. In fact, as we all know, cicadas are everywhere out right now. And I don't even mind the cicadas. Even when they land in my hair or on my legs, I'll just swat them off, but they're no real biggie to me. Never have been. I actually kind of like them. I like the noises they make. But I don't mind spiders. I obviously don't mind reptiles whatsoever, despite most people having a fear of certain kinds of reptiles, if not the entire reptile kingdom. But, yeah, no. Rats are the one things I can't do. Despite owning rats, despite wanting to get into rabbits, rodents of any kind, except for capybaras. Capybaras are like the coolest shit ever. I don't know why I dislike them so much, other than the fact they are cannibals as can be. Even though we know snakes are cannibalistic. I mean, king snakes have been recorded eating king snakes. King cobras have been recorded eating other cobras. So if you think about it, that's a form of cannibalism. Just not into it. I can't do it. Oops. Sorry. Does that mean that I believe rats should be inhumanely killed, with mouse traps or, not mouse traps, but glue traps mainly? No, they shouldn't be. Those are very inhumane, and it's just not right to the animal of any kind, because other things do get trapped in those rat traps as well. I know that's crazy to say, because I do have to unalive rats in order to feed them to my reptiles, because I refuse to do live feedings unless I absolutely 100% have to. And I don't 100% have to. In fact, none of my animals eat live. So that means, sorry rodents. Part of life. Circle of life. Anyways, it's time to start feeding some geckos. I know some of this might get cut out, some of it won't. I'm not 100% sure. So here lately, I've been ordering about 1,000 geckos a week. And that is just too much to try and count. So if anyone gets extra fed, I'm not too upset about it. So what I tend to do nowadays is I just reach in here. First of all, I give whoever needs water. Oops, spilt a little much. So we got some water. And as you can see, the babies are starting to get some fat on their tails, finally. But then what I do is I usually take something like this. Ooh, that's actually a good amount. Let me get those tongs. Never mind. I don't need to do the normal method when there are so many right there. Haha! So when I have large cricket orders like this, I can usually just scoop some out. You know, just try and grab in there with the tongs. And if it doesn't work out, then what I do is I take one of these, tap it around until I got about however many I want. I mean, it's still a bit much, but it'll do. Set it down, tap, tap, tap. Still not enough, so. Alright, there we go. He's got a good amount. Look at him go. This is one of the two that is available on Morph Market. But let's not spend too much time on each little individual gecko, and let's get on the way with it. So once again, I'm going to grab, oh, look at that potato. I bet it has enough on there. It actually does. So just tap, 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 tap. Oh, you got free. Get in there. Get in there. So as you can see, I got several little crickets in here. Got the little Hammeister himself right back there. I definitely need to come in with these guys and start deep cleaning in here. Let's try and get some of this out, shall we? Yeah, there we go. We got a good portion of it out. But I am going to come in here and deep clean probably next week with the geckos, because then I'm getting the aspen. Yeah, you get that. Handsome little devils. And yes, I have thought about the budget for everything, and my reptiles do fit into the budget, so I don't have to get rid of any of them. At least not for food reasons. If I have to get rid of any, it's for safety reasons. Or if I have to get another job, it's for quality of life reasons. But for right now, I don't have to get rid of any of my reptiles. But I do have to space out when I can clean out their enclosures sometimes to a standard degree. You know, I only have so much each month I can spend when I'm not getting overtime or anything like that. So it's all about trying to mitigate times and places. You know, I'm trying to figure out what's most efficient for me, what's going to work, and not be too much. It'll be nice when Cerberus goes back into hibernation, because then a lot of my money goes back into my pocket because of how much I got to spend on his food. But I'm not just hoping Cerberus goes into brumation. I do enjoy Cerberus being out. I do need to let him out at some point this week, which I might make it to a short. And yeah, I know. I'm rambling a lot. It's what I do. Sorry, you guys are now part of the ramblings. Haha. I am back to myself, which means you are stuck with me. I no longer am qualified into having to be someone I am not, to feel like I have to keep my marriage in order. by acting all mature all the time, not making stupid jokes or stupid little comments. But now I can be myself. You know, if you like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't. It's what I've come to realize in life. And that is about it. You know, one of the major things in life is be you. Don't be someone you're not. Don't try to be someone you're not for someone else. All it's going to do is cause you trouble and mayhem down the road. So always be true to yourself. That is the best advice I can give anyone whatsoever. I mean, yeah, I say follow your dreams all the time. I say try to live life to the best and the fullest. Which, yes, both of those are true. But at the same time, don't be someone you're not. It's not okay. I mean, unless you're a serial killer or something like that, don't do that. That's not okay. That's not okay. But yeah, now you're going to hear me make a lot more stupid comments. You know, I grew up in the age of YouTube gaming being real popular, so that means I did pick up a lot of stupid things. And that's okay. It's just who I grew up to be. I grew up to be a smartass. You need a little bit more. That is nowhere near enough for you. Aha, that should be enough. There we go. Now is War going to come out and start hunting? This little guy isn't coming out to hunt. He's coming out to say hi. Hi, Famine. Oh, look at War go. She already knows it's feeding time. Now, she has been the one to produce all the eggs this year, and I think I'm done breeding her. The main reason being is, at this point, it is her 4th clutch of eggs. I shouldn't have to produce any more out of her. It was my failures that made it so these eggs didn't hatch properly. And it's live and learn. So next year, we're going to try something else. Try and see if we can do things differently. Just so we have more successful babies out of her. And this way, hopefully, we can actually, you know, meet cool. I don't want to say quotas. I don't actually have quotas. I'm not a real business. This is pretty much just a side hobby right now. I have made a whole whopping... I haven't even made money off this business because all the money goes back into it. And YouTube isn't making me money to progress anywhere. So, really, this is all just a hobby right now. And that's fine. Eventually, would I like it to not be a hobby? Yes, I would. I'd love for this to be a full-time gig at some point in my life. It's just not in the cards right now. What are you doing? Are you trying to prove the theory that reptiles ingest water through their butthole like amphibians? Because, I hate to tell you, sir, you don't. Or maybe you just want a cool little soak. Yeah, try and get those crickets. Get them! Get them! Yeah, oh, look at that leap. Get him. Oh, I can't keep up. He's too fast. Yeah, he got it. Way to go, bud. All right, now comes on the bed. Sorry, I know I'm acting stupid here lately, but like I said, I have ADHD. I have a rambunctious personality whenever it does decide to come out. Some days it does, some days it doesn't. And today is one of those days where I just feel like a king. But yeah, this is what I do 98% of the time now. Because of how many crickets I order, I was expecting more babies this year, so I was expecting to have some more geckos. But I still keep up the 1,000. And while yes, I do feed them every 2 days, this is why. Because I just dump so many in there, I expect them to have some in here tomorrow. So it is perfectly fine for me to just dump this many in here. And in fact, if I come in and there's still a lot left in these enclosures, I usually don't feed them the next day then either. As I said, I was going to come through and spot clean a little today. And I am trying, because this is going to be Tuesday's video, I am thinking about doing a more in-depth video for Friday's video. And I just want to know, what do you want me to go in-depth about? I want to know, what do you want me to go in-depth about? Maybe you want me to go in-depth about the breeding cycles of leopard geckos. Maybe you want me to go in-depth about how to care for king snakes. I mean, I don't know. What do y'all want to see? I have started running out of ideas, and I'd love to have your ideas implemented too. I really want to get the community together. I want to help build the community, get it stronger, because, you know, YouTube is a place to connect just as much as anywhere else on the internet. I am a very small YouTuber, so really I'm just another person who basically has a Facebook profile and just posts on Facebook, and whoever likes it, likes it. I mean, that's the best way I can that's the best analogy I can come up to where I'm at on YouTube right now. And I don't mind that. Just means I got places to go, places to grow. Yep. Growth is always... Now this is another thing I've done, is I will just scoop, grab, throw. Ooh, that was a bit much. Yeah, that was just a bit much. But, once again, I'm probably going to do the same exact thing, because it does work. Scoop, grab, throw. And whatever straggler crickets I get, my cats always eat. She now knows it's feeding time. But that is going to be it for right now. Yes, I am going to come back whenever I feed Pandora here in a little bit. But that is more or less the ending of the video. So thank you so much for watching. I mean, I know I have been gone. I don't expect to get a ton of views on this video. I don't expect for anyone to watch this video. But if you do watch this video and you do watch it all the way through, please do something. Leave a comment, like, subscribe. It helps go a long way. I hated asking for it in advance, but my job pays for the bare minimum at this house. I don't have much of the luxury. I'm about to start eating ramen. I know it's not... YouTube ain't a place for me to vent about my problems, because everyone's got problems in life. But please, if you could just like, comment, and subscribe, or something along those. Maybe send the link out to your friends if you really enjoyed the video. It would be so helpful for the channel. It'd be helpful to get things back in order. You know, I do have to eventually get him a working light again. I mean, the money that I eventually do get from YouTube is going to be just that. From YouTube for the channel. Yeah, I might take just a little bit here and there, but more or less it's to help grow the business. So please, whatever you can do, it would mean a lot to me. It'd be so beneficial for people who watch this all the way through. Please, like, comment. Please, when you do comment, tell me what you want to see. I really do mean it. I want to know, because I'm not going to lie to you. I am getting tired of seeing my own face. I am getting tired of seeing this content repeated. So please, what do you want to see? Just be real with me. Be real with me so I can be real with you. I mean, come on. Anyways, so we're going to feed Pandora next once I come back. But that'll be it for now. Peace out. Sayonara. Be all you can be. So apparently I did sort of kind of lie. I didn't mean to, but I did. Because this rat is already ready to go. I wasn't ready for that. I figured this would still need to de-thaw, but it is already thawed out. Oh, wait, you're just catching my hand. There we go. You're getting a little too close to my hand there, girlie. You want it? Ooh, I didn't mean to drop it on you. Well, I think we're going to leave that like that for now. She's a little too close. There's no way for me to safely reach in there without possibly getting bit. So we're going to call that quits for right now. Once again, thank you all so much for watching. Sorry to have to beg for y'all to interact. Don't feel like you have to if you don't want to. But it would mean the world to me. Thank y'all so much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye-bye.